What just happened 10 minutes ago that left millions of fans frozen in front of their screens? Hearts pounding, timelines exploding, and tears falling without warning. Why was Jungkook crying on live? And why did he whisper apologies to Taehyung and to ARMY as if the weight of the world had suddenly found his shoulders? Before you scroll away, ask yourself this. Were you there when his voice trembled? When the silence between his words felt louder than any stadium chant? When the shock rippled through the global fandom in real time? If you care about the bond between Jungkook, Taehyung, and ARMY, stay with this story, feel every second of what unfolded, and share your thoughts in the comments, because tonight was not just another live stream. It was a moment that will be replayed, analyzed, and remembered. Like, subscribe, and tell us what you felt when you saw his tears, because what happened in those few fragile minutes might change the way fans see vulnerability, friendship, and the unbreakable connection between an idol and his world. Just 10 minutes ago, Jungkook of BTS appeared on a live broadcast that no one expected to turn into an emotional storm. The setting was simple, almost disarmingly normal. The lighting was soft, his face familiar, his presence warm as always. At first glance, it looked like any other spontaneous live session, the kind that has comforted millions of fans over the years. But there was something different in his eyes. A flicker, a pause, a breath that lingered too long. Viewers sensed it before he even spoke about it. The chat scrolled rapidly, hearts and purple emojis flooding the screen, ARMY greeting him from every corner of the globe. Yet beneath the greetings, there was an undercurrent of concern. Jungkook seemed quieter, his smile gentler but thinner, as if it required more effort than usual. Then it happened. His voice softened. He looked down, pressing his lips together, and when he looked back up, his eyes were glistening. The world seemed to hold its breath. "I'm sorry," he said. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was almost a whisper, but it landed like thunder. Sorry for what? Sorry to whom? The questions exploded across the chat faster than anyone could read. And then he said it clearly. He apologized to Taehyung. He apologized to ARMY. He said he felt he hadn't expressed himself properly. He said he hoped no one misunderstood his heart. He said he never wanted to cause hurt. The moment his voice cracked, the dam broke. Tears rolled down his cheeks, unfiltered and unguarded. This was not a staged emotion. It was raw, immediate, almost startling in its honesty. Jungkook, known for his strength, his golden voice, his charismatic stage presence, was sitting there vulnerable, wiping his tears with the back of his hand as if he were just another young man overwhelmed by feelings too big to hold inside. That he mentioned Taehyung by name, speaking with the tenderness of someone who values a friendship deeply. Taehyung, also known as V, is not just his bandmate but his companion in years of shared dreams, struggles, stages, and memories. Within BTS, their dynamic has always been a source of fascination and affection among fans. They trained together, debuted together, grew up in front of the world together. When Jungkook said he was sorry to Taehyung, it wasn't a casual apology. It carried the weight of brotherhood. He explained that sometimes misunderstandings can happen, that emotions can be misread, that silence can grow heavier than words. He didn't detail a specific incident, but the sincerity in his voice was enough to make the message clear. He cares deeply, and he never wants distance or doubt to come between them. ARMY, watching in real time, began to cry with him. Social media timelines filled instantly with clips of the live. Hashtags began trending within minutes. Fans described feeling helpless, wishing they could reach through the screen to hug him. Many wrote that seeing him cry made their own tears fall automatically, not out of sadness alone but out of empathy. The bond between BTS and ARMY has always been described as something extraordinary, a mutual exchange of love and strength. Tonight, that bond was visible in its most fragile form. Jungkook tried to steady himself, laughing softly between tears, apologizing again for crying. He said he didn't want to worry anyone. He said he just wanted to be honest. Honesty in that moment felt revolutionary. In an industry where perfection is often expected, where idols are polished and poised, Jungkook allowed himself to be seen as human. And that humanity resonated louder than any performance ever could. That he reassured fans that he and Taehyung are okay. That disagreements or emotional moments do not erase years of trust. He spoke about how much he cherishes his members, how grateful he is for the journey they have shared. His words weren't scripted. They were scattered, interrupted by sniffles, by deep breaths, by pauses where he seemed to search for the right expression. But perhaps that imperfection made them more powerful. The emotional climax of the live came when he addressed ARMY directly. He said, "I'm sorry if I ever made you worry." He said he knows fans look up to him, support him, defend him. He said he doesn't take that lightly. He said he wants to be someone they can trust, someone who communicates openly. As he spoke, the comment section turned into a river of reassurance. "We love you. Don't apologize. We're here. It's okay to cry." The digital distance between idol and fans seemed to collapse into something intimate and immediate. Why did this moment hit so hard? Maybe because it reminded everyone that behind the global fame, behind the records and awards, there is still a young man navigating emotions in real time. Jungkook debuted at a young age, growing up under relentless public attention. He has been praised, criticized, admired, scrutinized. Every word he says can become a headline. Every gesture can spark speculation. To see him sit in front of a camera, unguarded, choosing vulnerability over silence, felt almost shocking in its authenticity. Taehyung has often been described as expressive, emotional, deeply attuned to art and feeling. Jungkook, while equally emotional, sometimes presents himself with quiet resilience. Tonight, that quiet cracked open. And instead of turning away, he leaned into it. He didn't end the live abruptly. He didn't hide. He stayed, wiped his tears, continued speaking, let fans witness the full arc of his emotions from apology to reassurance. The reaction was immediate and intense. Fans across different countries began posting messages of solidarity. Translations of his words circulated within minutes, allowing non-Korean speaking fans to understand every nuance. Some fans wrote about how seeing Jungkook cry gave them permission to acknowledge their own feelings. Others reflected on the pressure idols face and how rare it is to see them express vulnerability without filters. There was also a sense of protective instinct rising among ARMY. Many urged others not to speculate, not to twist his apology into rumors. They emphasized his message of love and reconciliation. They reminded each other that friendships, even strong ones, can have moments of tension or misunderstanding, and that what matters most is communication and care. In the midst of the emotional wave, one question lingered. What does it mean when someone at the peak of global success chooses to say, "I'm sorry" publicly, even without detailing a scandal or controversy? It means accountability. It means empathy. It means valuing relationships over pride. Jungkook's apology did not feel like damage control. It felt like a young man wanting to clear the air before doubts could grow. As the live neared its end, his breathing steadied. His eyes were still red, but his smile returned, softer and perhaps more genuine than before. He thanked ARMY for listening. He promised to continue doing his best. He ended with words of love, simple and direct. And then the screen went dark. But the emotion did not fade with the broadcast. It spread. Clips were replayed. Fans discussed every sentence, every pause. Some said it was one of the most honest moments they had ever seen from him. Others said it reminded them why they fell in love with BTS in the first place. Not just for the music, but for the authenticity. 10 minutes can feel insignificant in the scale of a career that spans years. But sometimes 10 minutes are enough to redefine a narrative. Tonight, those 10 minutes showed Jungkook not as an untouchable star, but as a human being who values friendship, who worries about hurting those he loves, who dares to cry in front of millions. And perhaps that is the true surprise. Not that he cried, not that he apologized, but that in doing so he strengthened the bond rather than weakening it. ARMY cried with him, not out of disappointment, but out of connection. Taehyung, wherever he was at that moment, undoubtedly felt the sincerity behind those words.